Studio here in downtown Riverside, saying what's up to everybody. I know I'm like I said, I'm going to start doing more and more lives here on YouTube because it is accessible to more people than a lot of the other social media channels. But YouTube, it's I'm here. I'm here, and I hope you guys are doing well. It is already Tuesday, November 18th. That means more than half of this month is done. Less than a month and a half left in the year. Christmas is around the corner. Thanksgiving is next week, and Christmas is my favorite time of year. So I hope you guys have great plans with your loved ones, with your family and your friends. I've been invited to my very first Friendsgiving this coming Friday, so I'm really excited about that. It's actually one of my students. He got a new place in Huntington Beach, so I'm gonna go over there this Friday to hang out with them. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, And then my nephew who lives in Las Vegas is coming with his family, and his wife is actually pregnant with their second child and my 14th grandkid. And that baby is going to come out sometime in January. So we're going to have a great new year because our family is growing. So I'm very excited about that. What else can I tell you? Filipino Martial Arts School is doing really well. We just came back from the 2025 Western Regional Tournament, Wake Off USA Western Regional Tournament, and we were very successful. Raymond took 3 golds and 1 silver, while Freddie took 1 gold, 1 silver, and 2 bronzes. And Raymond took top male athlete, as well as Freddie took the 10th male athlete in the tournament, and my school took the 5th spot in who had the most wins. Now I'm very happy with that 5th spot, especially since the first 4 spots had more than 5 students per group. I only had 2. So if I had more fighters, I know I would have been able to take the first place spot. Right, but that's okay. It's not about how many fighters I have. It's about the quality of fighters that I do have. So today we actually did we were watching some of the videos from the tournament and just kind of discussing what makes it work, what makes it doesn't work, just giving my new students an opportunity to see what that's all about. And hopefully they sign up to commit to the tournament training, so, but there's that. So I'm really, really excited about it. And then if we do pretty well, next March is our next tournament, and in March we will be that's going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, Tranquil Truths, good evening. The national championship is going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada, and if the team does well there, then we will be going to the World Championship. Now, there's an opportunity for us to go to 2 World Championships, one for Wake Off and one for GSBA. The one in Wake Off is going to be in Romania, and the one for GSBA is going to be in Germany. So besides seeing Dracula's castle, any other places that I could visit in Romania that you think I should see? I'm pretty sure we'll be staying near Bucharest. If I remember correctly, it's going to be around Bucharest. So if you know of a place for me to go check out in Bucharest, Romania, please give me hey, hello creator 1911, give me some suggestion. And then after that, the World Championship for GSBA is going to be in Bonn, Germany. So if you guys have any suggestions on where I can go, because this will be my first trip to Europe, right? This will be my first trip to Europe. I've never been to Europe. I've always wanted to go to Europe. 2 times my students went to the World Championship in Europe. One was in Italy and the other one was in Lisbon, Portugal. And unfortunately, I couldn't go with them. So I'm really, really hoping I get to go this time. Let's hope, right? And so if you guys have any suggestions of where I can go, what can I do, relatively cost-effective things that I can see in Germany and or Romania, please give me some suggestions. I would really love that. Because like I said, I've never been to Germany. I've never been to Europe, let alone Germany or Romania. So I'm really, really excited about it. But this is the part that makes me one of the many reasons why I love Filipino martial arts, because of the travel that I get to go. I've been able to see more of the world because of Filipino martial arts. So if you guys have ever been thinking about, hey, should I do Filipino martial arts or not? Guys, I have seen more of the world because of Filipino martial arts. The World Championship, when it was in Cebu, back in 2008, and it was again last year. In 2008, that was my first time in Cebu. Even though I'm Filipino, I've never been to Cebu before. And then when it was in Waikiki, I've been to Waikiki many times. I love Honolulu. I love Hawaii. So every time every opportunity that I get to go to Hawaii, I will absolutely jump on it. I love Hawaii so much because every time I go there, people think I'm a local, right? I mean, I am Filipino. I'm a big person, so I look like I'm a local. What do you believe a person needs to live life well? Not simply to stay in their life, but to be fulfilled. Well, I think that's a great question, Terrence, and I'd love to answer that. I think what a person needs to feel a life of fulfillment is to live a life that's not of their own, meaning that they're not focused on just themselves, but something more important than themselves, something greater than themselves, right? Whether it's serving their God, serving their country, serving their family, serving like their parents, siblings or children or spouse. I think that we are, we need to be in service to one another. And I think that's one of the things, that's one of the ways to live a life that's well. Maybe not wealthy, but living a life that's well. So that's my 2 cents, Terrence. But thank you for that great question. Going back to the World Championship, yeah. So I've been able. You can do that as well. And if you find fulfillment in serving yourself, then by all means, all power to you, Johnny Depp. But I don't know. Amber Heard serves herself. We all know how that turned out. So anyway, yes, Filipino martial arts. I've been able to see the world more than anything than I probably could have on my own, right? And I'm very, very blessed. So hopefully, praying about it, that this next tournament season, when it's going to be in Europe, that I get to go, and I would love to just see it, just to say I've been there, right? And like I said, if you guys have any suggestions of places to go, places to see while I'm in Bucharest, Romania, and Bonn, Germany, any suggestion would be greatly appreciated. So, any other questions, thoughts, or concerns? Hit me up, guys. I will do my best to answer it as best as I can, and I will always be honest and transparent. If I don't know the answer, I will tell you I don't know the answer. The Mona Lisa, isn't that in France? I don't know if I'll have time to go to France. I would love to, but I don't know if I'll have time. Because I'm also supposed to go to Berlin as well. Not Berlin, excuse me, Belgium. Ooh, sorry guys. I'm supposed to go to Belgium as well, so. Throw it all away. I'll be coming home to stay. I'm stuck on you. Oh, okay. So I'll share with you guys the story of one of my FMA travels. So, yes, so I was going to Milwaukee. Hey, 21V, good evening. Sorry, that's 21V, right? Okay, I hope it's right. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. I was going to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was supposed to fly out with my school, my teachers, and my classmates. And but unfortunately, my boss asked me. My boss asked me to stay later for work, so I said I didn't have a choice but to do that. So I was flying to Chicago red eye. Now, we were planning to fly to Chicago because it was cheaper to fly to Chicago and then rent a car than fly directly to Milwaukee. So that's what we did. We flew to Chicago, but now I have to find my way to get from O'Hare to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, this was around like winter time, like January, February time, and it was, I've never driven in snow before because I live in Southern California and I was born in the Philippines where snow is not really an issue. So I've never driven in snow. So coming in late, everybody suggested that I not rent a car because I don't know how to deal with black ice, right? I teach Filipino Martial Arts at 21V. I was, I never driven in black ice. So then I was thinking about hiring, this is the days before Uber and Lyft, okay, before ride sharing. So I contacted a cab company and I asked them how much would it be from O'Hare to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And they said, it depends on what the meter says. So what I was afraid of is like when they pick me up, thank you, I love it. So I've been doing this for 17 years. I've been teaching for 17 years and I've been practicing for 27. So I really love it. So I was afraid that if I took a cab that he'll just take me around and I wouldn't even know if he's doing that, he or she's doing that. All I know is, and then for all I know, my meter is going to be like $500. So then I remember my mother told me just hire a limo service, right? And because they're flat rate. So that's what I did. I hired a limo service. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, definitely a little bit more seasoned than most, right? But yeah, I don't know about veteran, but definitely a little bit more seasoned than most. So I took a limo, and I got to they got me from Chicago. No, I'm Filipino, Ragnar. So I got to the hotel. I checked into my room, and when I walked into my room, the room was massive, right? And I just got the regular room. I was by my. FMA stands for Filipino Martial Arts. So Filipino Martial Arts School. The room was massive. I just got a single room, regular room. I mean, I was by myself. I wasn't sharing my room, so I didn't need. Manny Pacquiao is the GOAT for sure. But the shower can fit 20 people in there. I'm like, wow, people in Milwaukee are freaky, right? And it was so cool because they had a shower head and one in each side of the wall, right? So I'm like, wow. So I turned one of them really, really hot and the other one, oh, nice. The other one is really, really cold. So I thought like in the middle would be like a perfect, no, I just got burned and cold at the same time, right? Oh, nice. Then she must be feeding you well, 21V, right? So it took me like 10 minutes to adjust it both to be the right temperature because like the way I was thinking, like when else am I ever going to be in a shower that has two shower heads? So I decided, let's just take advantage of the situation, right? So that's what I did, right? Oh, yeah, there you go. Dude, you make sure that she teaches that to your girlfriend, right? Because you want to make sure that you pass that on to your kids. If you guys are going to have kids, I don't know. No pressure, right? Okay. And so, king size bed, at least a 300 count thread sheet, 300 count beddings. It was the most comfortable bed ever, right? And I'm like, wow, okay. The next morning, the tournament started, and then around lunchtime, one of my classmates, Kim, he goes, hey man, you want to get lunch? I'm like, yeah, let me just get something from my room. And he goes, all right, I'll come with you. So we went to my room. I opened the door and he goes, bro, why are you fancy? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Why you got a fancy ass room? I'm like, I just got the standard room, bro. Why would I pay for a fancy room? I don't need it. He goes, this is not the standard room. I'm like, you better go make sure you're paying the standard rate. So we went straight to the front desk and I talked to the manager actually. And I said, excuse me, I just want to know what am I paying for my room? He's like, oh, you're paying the standard rate. I'm like, great. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. But then my friend Kim almost ruined it for me. He goes, but that's not the standard room. I'm like, shut the hell up, Kim. Like, don't question a gift horse in the mouth, right? So he asked him, like, that's not the standard room. And the manager goes, no, he got the presidential suite. And then Kim goes, why did he get the presidential suite? Well, because when he came to the hotel last night, he was in a limo. And I'm like, that's right, peasant. Thou shalt not talk to me. You are not on my level, right? And so he was so angry because he was sharing a room with 6 other guys and he just got the standard room. And I had this giant room all to my lonesome, right? And he goes, hey man, can I sleep in your room? Like, why? Did you ride in a limo? So yeah, I got a limo. And then on the way back, we all rode back together to Chicago O'Hare. And then we were all checking into the airport at the airline. And then something else happened. They upgraded me to first class. So when they upgraded me to first class, I get to board the plane first. And then, in first class, it's usually the front of the plane. So I'm sitting in first class and I see my entire classmates and my teachers walk by me. And Kim was like, what the hell, bro? I'm like, excuse me, flight attendant, ma'am? Excuse me, a person from coach is talking to me. Like, go away, peasant, right? So he was so mad at me. and then I remembered my teachers like, how did he get a presidential suite? How did he get first class? And my teachers who've known me obviously for many years at that point was like, that's Francis. Sometimes he's just that lucky son of a bitch. So yeah, that's one of many stories that I have when it comes to my Filipino martial arts travel. Does anybody have any other questions for me regarding Filipino martial arts or anything really? I have a bachelor's degree in religion, the Christian faith tradition. If you guys want to ask me a little bit about that, I will not evangelize. I won't talk about U.S. politics online. All right, that's something I will not do. But anything else, shoot them come my way, and I'll do my very best to answer it. I will do my best to be as transparent and as honest as I possibly can. If there's something that you ask me that I'm not willing to share, I will also tell you that is not something that I'm willing to talk about. No, not talking about that. Sorry. How do I feel about the corruption in the Philippines? I will talk about that because that's not U.S. politics, that's Philippine politics. I think that these greedy people in the Philippines needs to have everything taken away from them and live a lifestyle that is conducive to the people that they've been hurting. So yes, they should be all impeached. They should all lose their position. We should actually. I was thinking I would love for the Philippines to be more of a parliamentarian type of government. Because like I just learned this a few weeks ago that if the government shuts down for more than I think X amount of days, everybody in Parliament loses their job and they have to be reelected. So I think that if is something that people are just that angry about, we can switch the government a lot sooner than having to wait X amount of years before the election happens again. But at the same time, and this is unfortunately the God honest truth, it is also the same people in the Philippines that are constantly re-electing these people. Right? Now, we can talk about corruption. We can talk about that maybe the voting thing is being manipulated. We can talk about that. But yet people are constantly putting the same people back into a position of power. Will be the change to the government? Is the government or no? I think that the new generation can be the change, because the only thing that could ever change in this world is for one person to try to make a difference. Whether it's incremental or very large, it's irrelevant. It's just that one person can make a change, right? And just like even the smallest pebble creates a ripple in the greatest lakes. So. Yes, I think the new generation can do something about that, but I think that the system is also designed to benefit the wealthy. I hope that answered the question. Yes, I believe that's what it is. What's your homeland? Well, I'm not what? Where's your homeland? Excuse me. Yes, I've heard of the Marshall Islands. That's where you're from? That's awesome. You're from Marshall Islands. So anytime you draw anything, that's martial arts. Sorry. That was right there for me, 21V. So nice. I think you will have a wonderful time. Do you know what part of the Philippines you're planning to visit? No worries. Oh, okay, Ilocos Sur. Okay. I personally never been there, but I heard nothing but great things. Is that where your girlfriend's from? Nice. Well, 21. Oh, all right, man. It's nice chatting you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna log off myself. So thank you so much. I hope to see you soon in my next YouTube live. Until next time, everybody. Peace out. God bless, and that's a tappy tappy.